this
So maybe
is going.
Hello and welcome to Inside Jacksonville, a production of the University of North Florida School of Communication and the CW17. I'm David Combs. We're here each month with stories about life on the First Coast. First up, Jacksonville reported 472 overdose deaths in 2023. Inside Jacksonville's Varant Satchel introduces us to a local harm reduction organization to help us better understand the problem.
In 2021, Duval County saw 59.8 overdose deaths per 100,000 people, well above Florida's average of 38.5. Jacksonville faced 472 overdose death investigations just last year. So today, we'll explore our city's opioid and addiction problem, hearing from local harm reductionists.
Our overall goal is to reduce the amount of opioid overdoses that we are facing right now, and to just meet people where they're at and to help them find their specific way of finding their pathway to recovery.
Melissa walks us through her daily task and introduces us to the city's drug epidemiology map.
Duval County map to facilitate which areas we have not touched yet and which areas have been saturated with Narcan and what areas need to be.
I started out as 12-step abstinence-based recovery, and I was starting to grow apart from that community. A friend of mine who knew me through my active addiction and through recovery passed away when I was about 6 months clean.
Right.
And that hit me really hard. I went to my community for support, and I didn't find the support that I needed there.
Right. Here at Rebel Recovery, this whole organization has been making leaps and bounds in the community for people with active addiction and in self-recovery for themselves. As you can see, we have multiple people here to talk about what is going on and what harm reduction actually means to them and to the community. You see this organization with harm reduction in the next 5 years?
Well, definitely want to increase linkage to care, make sure that people have resources.
Harm reduction for me means saving lives, giving second chances, and having that opportunity to live the long, fulfilling life that each individual in which we service deserves.
As harm reduction efforts rise, Inside Jacksonville urges community support for local life-saving organizations. Visit our website for more information and to connect with today's featured group. I'm Varant Satchel, reporting for Inside Jacksonville.
As harm reduction rates gain momentum, those impacted can seek support from local organizations dedicated to saving lives. As children in the foster care system get older, finding a forever family becomes more challenging. Inside Jacksonville's Emily Regalado shows us how a First Coast nonprofit is helping to empower youth aging out of foster care.
Over 25,000 youth age out of foster care every year. Many are likely to struggle with poverty. Dash Foundation strives to combat this and sets paths for the youth in their program to gain financial freedom.
Probably about 6-7 months after foster care, I ended up homeless because I did end up enrolling in programs, but then I transitioned out. And so when I went homeless, I was reminded, when I came back after being homeless, I was like, there's a lot of resources here, but these young people only have 5 years. So they're going to need accountability on a very tight scale to help them use the resources in that short amount of time that they have, because they're so many years behind already.
Dash Foundation utilizes their therapeutic housing models across Florida to support youth aging out of care. These dreamers, as founder Mike Williams calls them, live in these homes under the guidance of their Smart Dreams coaches.
What it means to be a Smart Dreams coach is basically we have them set goals for themselves, and my job as a coach is make sure they follow through on those goals, help them to get any support they need on those goals, and help them reach a pointhood where they can be independent on themselves and don't have to rely on us anymore.
Williams and the rest of the team here at Dash Foundation are excited to bring new homes to Jacksonville and create more smart dreams.
I joined Dash about 7 months ago. I'm currently 18, and I've been working on some of my goals that Dash has helped me complete, and I'm loving it so far. Dash has helped me through a lot, and I really do appreciate it, the support and the love, and it's amazing. Dash has been able to help me in a lot of ways financially by rent, I don't pay rent. Dash covers pretty much everything. So it's a big, big help. I wouldn't be able to do this on my own without Dash.
Dash is taking an initiative to expand, hoping to reach its goal of 100 beds for Dreamers by early this year. Eventually, they hope to provide housing in more southern states, starting with Georgia.
And so now we're looking for them partners and them volunteers to come in and fill them gaps in our homes, because we have a lot of great young people that are willing to follow their dreams, but now we just need support that's unique to their character.
Dash Foundation has proven its impact on youth aging out of foster care here in Jacksonville and throughout Florida. This is Emily Regalado with Inside Jacksonville.
If you want to hear more about Dash Foundation, head over to their website, dashfoundationinc.org. Many crimes go unsolved, and that includes violent ones. Inside Jacksonville's reporter Angelica Santini gives us the inside scoop on Project Cold Case, a local organization bringing hope and solutions to crime victim families nationwide.
We bring you a gripping story of hope and resilience. We are shining a spotlight on the incredible organization right here in our community in Jacksonville, Project Cold Case. We caught up with the founder at Project Cold Case to hear what they have to say.
So, unfortunately, my dad was murdered in October 2009 here in Jacksonville, Florida. And all my entire experience with law enforcement and criminal justice was television. So I automatically assumed that an arrest would happen right away. And when that didn't happen, I kind of realized there was some void in services for families that had unsolved cases. So originally, our foundation was nothing more than we wanted other families to know that their loved one was not forgotten and that somebody else cared. So we just put their picture up on our website, and we would share a story on social media about them, just a brief narrative about what happened, and ask the community to come forward if they had information and to share the story. That was the early days. Since then, we provide in-person support groups, we do virtual support groups, we have contracts with mental health professionals to provide individual counseling. We provide next step approaches to advance their investigation, telling families, educating them on the process, and then sitting down and figuring out what they can do next and what law enforcement might be able to do next.
My son's story, he was born in 1999. He lived a lot of life in his short time on earth. We lost him October 17th of 2020 to gun violence. I got involved in support groups and therapy, and fast forward to last year, I finished my certification to become a victim advocate, so I came here and volunteered here for a couple of months, and then I came to work here.
Many success stories under their belt, the organization has proven that dedication, perseverance, and a fresh perspective can make a world of difference.
So we are a nonprofit, which means we're grant funded mostly, but we do rely on contributions from the public. So donations can be made through our website at projectcoldcase.org.
Angelica Santini, Inside Jacksonville.
Want to know more, or if you have info to share? Contact Project Cold Case by dropping them a message on their social media accounts at Project Cold Case. Coming up, new state laws are impacting students at Florida universities, including UNF. Also after the break, how dancing can change the lives of those living on the First Coast. Inside Jacksonville will be right back. Welcome back. Florida Senate Bill 266 is now the law, and is changing the way state universities provide a variety of student services. Inside Jacksonville's Ethan Lucky takes us a closer look.
For most students, universities are not only a place to learn, but a place to be seen and respected in their identities. For state universities in Florida, that is all about to change. Last year, Florida's legislature passed Senate Bill 266, which prohibits state funding towards diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. As a result, state universities in Jacksonville will have to drastically change their operations. State universities will no longer be able to provide diversity, equity, or inclusion services to their students. Hayden Beyer currently serves as board secretary at Transcending Adolescence, a nonprofit organization serving transgender and gender diverse youth in Jacksonville. Being a former LGBTQ+ Center employee, He anticipates the impacts of Senate Bill 266 will be detrimental to LGBT students in Florida.
That these intentional spaces that were carved out for folks to connect about things such as LGBTQ identities, about the intersections of different faiths, about just in general different cultures, have been stripped away so that the students don't have that common meeting place. They have to find it or make it themselves.
Under the new legislation, schools will not be allowed to use state or federal funds for programs that promote diversity, equity, or inclusion. In addition, programs that advocate for any social activism will not be allowed under the new legislation. Astor Walters is vice president of the UNF Pride Club and currently serves as a senator in student government. As part of the student-led organization, he has begun to see the reactions from students across campus.
If the students feel so pretty much attacked by the legislature that's being passed, by the closing of this center, there's been a recent protest as well regarding that, and many of them feel like they're getting their home taken away.
The future for diversity and inclusion efforts? Grim, according to Walters.
We have no real hope right now as to when it will open back up. We're trying to do the best we can with what we have as far as resources go right now, but it's a very dreary future for us.
Ethan Leckie, Inside Jacksonville.
The changes to higher education are ongoing. Senate Bill 266 does not impact student-run organizations because those do not receive state funding. Up next, it's time to put our best foot forward as Inside Jacksonville's Daria Mironova attends a dancing showcase to find out what motivates folks to take that first step on the dance floor.
Art, self-expression, joy, physical activity, all apply to dancing. Nowadays, people of all ages dance for different reasons.
I like dancing because it's something I've always loved, even as a little girl. I've never had the opportunity to take lessons, and I decided to start taking lessons, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. It just makes me high after I dance.
Historically, dancing education was mandatory among royal courts, upper classes, and army officers. Whatever your goal is today, dancing has many benefits.
So I think the best part of the dancing, that's it feels like an exercise, but in a different way. So because you're dancing with the partner, you're dancing with the music. So and that's a really fun activity.
Here at the S-Style Studio in Jacksonville, you can take group or private classes, prepare a wedding dance, invite your significant other to a special date, or find your own purpose.
My wife passed away 21 months ago, and after she passed away, I needed to find some joy, and dancing is where I find joy.
Dancing is an ageless, social, and sophisticated skill.
So dancing helps to stay in shape, release stress, feel happy, but there's also a competitive part.
For an extra spark and motivation, dance students can participate in local championships or showcases evaluated by professional dancers and be rewarded with special awards.
So we do have a different nomination every year because we see people love it. They really enjoy doing different type of activity. For example, somebody really enjoying to do hair and makeup. Somebody likes to dress up, and we really want to kind of motivate people and help them to kind of develop their skills.
Dancing is not about achieving excellence. It unites people of different ages in joy.
Daria Mironova, Inside Jacksonville.
If you want to learn more about dancing opportunities in Jacksonville, head over to sstyledanceteam.com. As we welcome new items into our homes, we're often left with a pile of stuff with plenty of useful life left. Donating those items is a great option. I visited Hope's Closet to see how they turn donated items into a helping hand. Hope's Closet is a local thrift retail store ran through the Church of 1122. It has been a beloved retail store for years now. With 2 locations in Arlington and San Pablo, chances are you may have driven by one of their stores.
I think that that's something that definitely makes us a little bit different. The vision of the church is that we're a movement for all people, and we hold that vision here too.
Being a thrift store connected to a church, Hope's Closet has been a part of many community outreaches, having a goal of helping its customers find more than just affordable items.
I think part of being a movement for all people is that we have donations and products and merchandise for all people. And so when you come in here, we just want to make sure that we're a dignified retail setting.
Even though their stores are connected to 1122, that doesn't mean that there's a select audience for their shoppers. Anyone that comes through their doors is welcome to shop with open arms.
The ministry is the heart behind everything that we do, and the thrift store is the vehicle in which we're able to do ministry through. We don't know who comes through our doors, we don't know who drives through our donations, but what we do know is Christ loves them, that Christ died for them, and so we do everything in our power to show his love to them.
With a wide variety of selections ranging from clothes, furniture, and even musical instruments, which they prefer to be left unplayed, where do all these donations come from?
We have a ton of donations, and if we weren't for our donations, we would not have a store. Our donations departments are busy 6 of the days of the week, accepting donations, and it's just really sweet to see how the community has continued to just partner with us and bless us over the years.
I donate all the time, probably once a month. It's a very simple experience. They make it as easy as possible. People always meet you right out at your car, take everything out, close your door, wish you the best. They make it as seamless as possible.
Through these donations, the act of giving allows Hope's Closet to be able to provide more than just a cheaper deal to their shoppers, both in and out of store.
You get to be a part of making people's days brighter just with a shirt or a pair of pants.
To hear more about Hope's Closet, including upcoming events and ways you can help donate, visit its website, hopesclosetthrift.com. Coming up, new exhibits at the Cummer Museum are bringing art history and innovation back into light. Plus, how this minor league team is heating up the ice for First Coast kids. You're watching Inside Jacksonville on CW 17. Next up on Inside Jacksonville, Mallory Aldrich takes us on a mission to see how the Icemen's arrival in Jacksonville is helping grow the hockey scene on the First Coast.
Hockey, the calm, energetic, sometimes violent sport, has been around since 1875, but Jacksonville's interest in hockey was low until 2016 when the Icemen came. Then the River City's interest skyrocketed. Although interest was high, there was not many youth teams in Jacksonville. But once the Icemen opened the doors to their new practice facility, the Community First Igloo, in 2023, the number of youth hockey teams in Jacksonville increased drastically.
Obviously through a lot of hard work and a lot of great people, volunteer staff, parents, players. At this current stage, we're at 11 travel teams, including 2 girls teams.
With the Icemen's help, many members of the community have come out to coach, volunteer, or participate themselves in the hockey leagues. As for the Icemen's youth hockey teams, better known as the Junior Icemen and the Jacksonville Lunas, they practice and play their games at the Igloo in the same place the Icemen practice and prepare for their games. The Junior Icemen and Lunas also get recognized with team spotlight nights during the Icemen's home games. And on those nights, the Icemen highlight their Junior Icemen and Lunas by having them ride the fan Zamboni during the intermissions.
It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. Definitely something to do for the Icemen games.
Although the arrival of the Icemen has helped create many exciting moments for Jacksonville's youth hockey scene, the players' involvement in practice has made a greater impact on the youth teams than one might think.
Sometimes after practice, some of the Icemen's players come over to the youth practices. They will hang out and have fun with the kids while helping them improve their hockey skills. Icemen players Chris Grando and Brandon Fortunato have always made an effort to take part in the youth practices and look forward to making a difference with the kids. Whether it be a difference in skills or making a kid's day, their favorite part of practice is the kids, and that has left a lasting impact on their junior Icemen.
They've been very helpful and it's very fun to work with them.
Although the Icemen have not been in Jacksonville for long, their influence on the hockey scene has left a massive impact for many years to come. Mallory Aldrich, Inside Jacksonville.
For more information on the Icemen's hockey leagues or how to sign up, visit communityfirstigloo.com/hockey. Finally this month, Inside Jacksonville's Leslie Bowers is treating us to an inside look at a new exhibit at the Cummer Museum of Art and Gardens that are sure to capture the attention of the artistic community and beyond.
Spending a peaceful afternoon at a museum can be an art lover's paradise. The paintings, statues, and mixed media pieces all together under one roof. The Cummer, who sits in the heart of downtown Jacksonville, has 4 new exhibits showcasing works on paper.
First of all, we have a large percentage of works on paper as part of our permanent collection, but the challenging things with them is because they're so light sensitive, they can't be on display for long periods of time. They actually have to rest in storage almost for twice as long as you actually can have them out and available to people. So we had so many great works that our visitors know and love that they just don't get to see all the time. So it was extra fun to think about putting this together.
The exhibit Fake News and Lying Pictures can be seen as a historical reference of what AI images do in media now. Zach Peterson, a resident of Jacksonville for the last 3 years, has now visited the museum for the first time.
The display about fake news in the 17th century Dutch Republic was really both historical and really relevant to today's world as well, you know. We assume that fake news is a modern problem, and here you have a display teaching you this has been around since forever. And so, yeah, that was really cool. It was a really applicable display for our modern life.
While the galleries range from different cultures like the Japanese art exhibit and the lying images from 17th century Dutch Republic, the Norman Studio movie poster collection hits closer to home as a part of Jacksonville's history and film.
Jacksonville was actually the film capital of the world. We were Hollywood before Hollywood existed.
With the Cummer being a staple of arts and culture in the city of Jacksonville, it's no wonder these exhibits made their way to our city. With new exhibits coming in every month, it's always a question of what's new?
The project that we have coming up here at the Cummer Museum is an exhibition that's called Sporting Fashion, Outdoor Girls 1800 to 1960. And it's a collection of about 60 different mannequins that will each be dressed in different sporting attire.
These exhibits won't be around forever, so make a day and see them before they're gone. This is Leslie Bowers with Inside Jacksonville.
To get more information about current and upcoming exhibits, you're encouraged to visit thecummermuseum.org. Well, that's a wrap for this edition of Inside Jacksonville. If you missed anything from today's program, just visit our website, unftv.com, and look under the Digital Journalism tab, where you'll find expanded versions of our stories, photos, interviews, and other extras. Again, that's unftv.com. You can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube at InsideJacksUNF. From all of us here at Inside Jacksonville, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next month right here on the CW.